Okay, officially done with season 1 of the OG X-Men cartoon, picking up on episode 5 where Jean has her work husband and real husband living in the same house. Scott and Jean go on a date only to get kidnapped by a stranger who doesn't even introduce herself before telling Scott put a baby in me 4 eyes and then talks to him like he's going to be the one to carry it. Which is then followed up by Storm having her own Star Wars fight. Wolverine gets so upset by all this he leaves and huffs and puffs all the way to the Arctic. And because Sabretooth is such a hater, follows him there and then teams up with this man because Wolverine is to him what Dale Gribble is to John Redcorn. Some of the X-Men decide they need a little break, so they take a vacation to Genosha, where they get turned into slave beavers to help build a dam. And then we find out Storm's biggest villain this season is claustrophobia. They lead a rebellion, and just like any other group that's ever liberated themselves, they were immediately freed. And then homeless. Colossus gets a job in construction, and his co-workers are so racist they would rather quit than have a co-worker who makes their entire life easier. These are definitely the type of guys calling 97 woke. And then we find out it really be your own mutants, because apparently Juggernaut destroyed the X-Mansion because Charles was the favorite child growing up? Also, at the same time, Cable's running around and he is really missed to shoot first and ask questions later. And at the same time, we're trying to have this big old peace treaty and Apocalypse is like, nah, we ain't having none of that. So Apocalypse is tricking people to come to this island for a cure for their powers, but him and Mystique are like, we was mutants, my brother, and is actually cranking everybody's powers up to 10. So Rogue and the X-Men fight Apocalypse, and I've officially made it to my second meme from this franchise. And at the same time while this is happening, there's a senator running for president who wants to put mutants inside concentration camps. That place Magneto spent his summer vacation, and I'm starting to think he had a point. So then Bishop gets sent back to the past like Samurai Jack to stop the senator from getting assassinated by Gambit, who it turns out is Mystique, who it turns out is Rogue's adopted mom? So the assassination fails, and Magneto on Thanos' time is like, fine, I'll do it myself, only to get jumped by a bunch of plastic sentinels. And being the fact that this is a Days of Future Past story, and they kept shooting him in his stomach, and then he gets found with that gaping hole in his armor. Was the movie trying to pay tribute to that when he got shanked with the shrapnel? And then I couldn't help but notice these two lines.
The brave are always the first to die.
In chess, the pawns go first.
So now the Sentinels want to replace everybody's brains with computer chips, and whoever wrote this script, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk owes you money. So the big sentient Sentinels say that 5 times fast. It's basically like, hey, I gotta save y'all from yourselves, because humans and mutants are the same, but humans don't see it that way, and I basically need to put these chips in y'all. He basically thinks racism is like this big LimeWire virus, and now he's gonna try to install McAfee in everyone's heads to fix it. And then like a game of Battlefield 3, Charles logs into the lobby and immediately jet rams the biggest target. Everyone is saved, legislation is lightened up on the mutants, Beast goes free, and Jean and Cyclops are about to get married. You know, I'm starting to see how this show had y'all hooked back then, and I can also understand why y'all were visibly upset when the OJ trial stole this show's time slot on multiple occasions. Overall though, jokes aside, really loving this show. I'm having fun. I'm like a quarter through season 2. I'll keep y'all up. I'll update y'all when I make it like halfway through that.